There we go. I think it'd be better if I turn the mute button off. Let me start again. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Joseph here for another session for our Study and Chill CISSP edition as we take 1 hour studying for and preparation for the CISSP exam. If this is your first time joining or listening in, love for you to, well, first, thank you. And then, of course, follow us on all of our platforms. We're on LinkedIn, um, we're on Blue Sky, TikTok, Threads. Also, join our community, our online community on Discord, the command line. So, this is an extension of the command line here as we do our study sessions. Um, if you ever need an invite, please just find me on LinkedIn. Make sure that you get an invite, submit that way you're part of the community and we can study and learn together. So I said we're gonna do as we've been doing, do a 1 hour session. We'll do 30 questions, courtesy of Pocket Prep. So I just want to shout out Pocket Prep for making this possible, allowing us to use their content and to share with all of you. All right, so let me go ahead and get this going. Share my screen. All right. All right. Let's see. Steve is logging in. Good evening, sir. All right. Let's see. Get situated. We'll go ahead and get started. We'll get started here on question one. All right. So, which of the following attacks best exploits a flaw in a system's ability to reassemble oversized, fragmented packets? Exploits a flaw. Oh, I think this is going to be teardrop attack. Yeah. Yeah, so teardrop attack exploits a flaw in the system's ability to reassemble oversized fragmented packets. Attackers intentionally send oversized fragmented packets with an offset and size that are incorrect, causing the victim system to crash when they are reassembled. Let me do something real quick with my layout. Let me see if I can. Ah, much better. Cool. All right. All right. So, of the following, which is most likely used to exfiltrate data? So it's not going to be fuzzing. Steganography could be close. It's not a race condition. And it's not, yeah, it's not art poisoning. So this is going to be Bravo. Yep. Yeah, steganography is used to hide data inside of an image file. It's common. It's a common method used to bypass data loss prevention or DLP engines, and it's difficult to detect. Steganography works by modifying the least significant bits of the image to embed data into the image. See, Aldi joined in. Welcome, sir.
I'm good. Oh man,
How's
I don't
everything?
know what's going on, but I was good on one end, and now I'm like I said, it's a Jekyll and Hyde with this test.
Uh, give me
Let's get
one.
to it.
Yeah, I'm just checking the LinkedIn. 'Cause I saw some messages come through. Okay. All right. Yep. Yeah. So we got that. Steganography. All right. Let's get the next one here. All right. So which type of control requires identifying occurrences to perform its functions?
Is that detective?
I think it's going to be detective. Corrective is going to be after. Um, Deterrent. That's preventative. Recovery. Yeah. That's requires identifying occurrences to perform its functions. It's kind of want to know what they mean by identifying occurrences. So yeah, so they're
Hmm.
deployed to detect or identify unwanted or unauthorized activity. These controls are frequently deployed after an event to ensure that future occurrences are discovered. Detective controls do not directly block or prevent unwanted activity. Detective controls include security cameras, motion detectors, virus scans. All right. Systems administrator downloads an installation file from a website. They compare the hash file to a known good hash and recognize that the values do not match. Assuming the difference was not expected or authorized, which of the following security objectives from the CIA triad has been violated?
Integrity.
Yeah. Yeah, because yeah, the hash files don't match. Yeah, that's violation of integrity. All right. Which technical form which technical form of assessing risk deals with the more elusive theoretical evaluations? Which technical form of assessing risk? Okay, I kind of read that weird. Technical form of assessing risk deals with the more elusive theoretical evaluations.
Would that be quantitative, theoretical evaluations, or would that be qualitative?
I would say it'd be qualitative. I don't think it'd be quantitative.
Theoretical.
Quantitative,
So
you're
yeah. Oh, risk and likelihood. Yeah, that's qualitative.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. It takes inequalities, theories of value and risk to evaluate risk. That's qualitative risk analysis. All right. A senior security officer is training several new employees on the CIA triad and how to apply it at their organization. They're discussing the principle of ensuring authorized subjects have timely and uninterrupted access to objects. Which principle is this? Uh, yeah, there should be availability on. Sorry, uninterrupted access to objects. That should be availability. Yep. Yeah, the CIA triad availability focuses on ensuring reliability and access to system resources or data. I think Triad Hackney has a new room focused just on the CIA triad, so I actually have that saved. So I'm actually gonna plan on working on that tonight. All right, which of the following describes a method commonly used by next generation anti malware solutions to evaluate suspect executables in a secure, isolated environment? I first looked at sandboxing. Um,
I'm thinking it's sandboxing.
but when they say executables, that means they want to see it run, right?
Hold on.
By next
Which of the following
generation
describes
anti
a method
malware.
commonly used by next generation anti-malware.
To evaluate suspect executables in a secure, isolated environment.
Could it be static application security testing?
But static is not going to run. Static, that'd be more like you're looking at the code. Um, like nothing's going to be running. Dynamic, it would be running.
Dynamic will be running. So it's like dynamic or
You would see the
sandboxing.
program run and see how it operates. That'd be dynamic. That wouldn't be static though.
Um,
So, wow.
in an isolated environment, got me thinking sandboxing, but
Yeah, yeah, that's where I'm at too. But then, like the first part of it, it's when they're talking about, yeah, evaluate suspect executables.
I believe it's sandboxing. I'm starting to look at it more. It's leaning sandboxing over 50% now.
Let's see. Yep. I mean, they nearly got me with the dynamic. So let me see why it wouldn't be. So dynamic application security testing tests applications for security issues during runtime. Yeah, while
Yeah,
they're operating rather than scanning source code. So sandboxing is commonly used by next generation anti-malware solutions to evaluate suspect executables. I mean, pretty much the definition is pretty much a question here. Okay. All right. The Security Organization Controls or SOC 2 framework requires management to establish a means of measuring performance through reliable metrics, which is critical to any enterprise. What best describes what the SOC 2 framework measures?
I think that's C, the effectiveness of security controls.
Yep. Yep. SOC 2 measures the effectiveness. It gathers the effectiveness of security controls. It gathers the most pertinent information based on the business's needs and then uses it to measure the business's overall performance. So, example, this is observing alerts to a firewall and determining what attack is occurring, then measuring that to determine the likelihood of a threat or risk. Another example would be measuring the success rate of a firewall rules or an IDS at preventing malicious IPs from connecting to the network. All right, when discussing wireless security, the Wi Fi protected access protocol has many advantages over the older wired equivalency privacy protocol, including the use of the temporal key integrity protocol or TKIP. When using WPA with TKIP, what encryption algorithm is used? Yeah. I want to say RSA. When using WPA with TKIP, what encryption algorithm? So eliminating Delta. I can't remember what the last part of the CCMP. What is CCMP? Um, uh, I'm a I'm gonna go with Bravo. It's RC4. RC4 is a stream cipher with a variable key size commonly used in a secure sockets layer. Wide equivalency privacy or web and Wi-Fi protected access protocols when used with the WPA protocol and TKIP. The key changes for every frame transmitted. WPA also included a sequence counter to protect against replay attacks. So RC4. All right. When determining if users should be granted read access, which principle is most likely to be used?
Should that be the need to know?
Should be, yeah, need to know. Um,
Unless I'm thinking about it harder and easy. I hope I'm not thinking about this easier than I am. I think it's need to know.
determine if users should be granted read access, which principle? Yeah. See what Kirchhoff. So Kirchhoff was it's a principle that the industry is still struggling with is that the secrecy of the algorithm is not what it used to or what should be used to protect our data. Rather, oh yeah, the secrecy of the key is what must be maintained. So you could share everything as long as you keep the key secret. You're good. Yeah, that's Kirchhoff's principle. All right, what are the two primary transport layer protocols used in the Internet Protocol suite? Oh, TCP and UDP.
Let's see. Oh yeah, D.
Yeah. All right. Which of the following documents would most likely reference the importance of following institutional policies and outline sanctions for violating them?
Which of the following documents will most likely reference the importance of following institutional policies? Would that be a
Let's
run book or a playbook?
nah.
It'd be a
I
run
think it's
book.
I think it's policy. I think it's
Oh,
compliance
compliance
policy.
policy. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I see. I think I see. Yeah, compliance policy.
Yeah. Especially when they talk about sanctions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that's policy. Yeah. Cause that's usually tied to like local or sometimes even federal like laws or regulations, whatever. Um, yeah. Cause you can find yourself getting fined and all that stuff. All right, which of the following software development methodologies was created first?
would it be a waterfall?
Oh man, which one was created first? Oh boy, probably. I give it a try. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a total guess. I did not know that. Uh,
I know ISO don't look like ISO didn't look like. I think
no,
Spar was Spar and
I know ISO was fairly recent. That I knew.
yeah, and
CNC.
CMMI is not a model. It's not a mythology.
Yeah. Okay. So Waterfall was created in 1970. Wow. Spiral 1986. So Spiral and Waterfall are they're old,
Yeah,
but Waterfall is the oldest. All right, Haruto has to send some legal communications. He sends the documents through certified mail and requests a recipient signature on delivery, so he will have paperwork confirming the documents were delivered. This is an example of which of the following.
there'll be no repudiation.
Yep. Yeah, non-repudiation can't deny it came from you. All right. An organization wants to simultaneously manage access to corporate resources and improve the usability of the system. Which of the following best fulfills both of these goals?
Mm,
Compatibility list.
I'll say that. Yeah,
Hold on,
access
hold on. I don't know.
I was looking at alpha.
constraint
Yeah,
interface.
Because it says simultaneously manage access to corporate resources and improve the usability of the system. So that means you're not giving access. You're not giving full range of access to everyone. Um, like you get them just enough to do what they need to do, but where it doesn't hurt you. That's my thought process. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but
makes
that's what
sense.
I was leaning towards alpha. Compatibility list. I don't quite. I mean, unless you could explain it to me, I don't quite see how Bravo or how that describes compatibility lists. Or I'm sorry, not capability lists.
Yeah, I go with A. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're here. Yeah, we're here.
yeah, we get.
Yeah, constrained interface modifies the user interface based on the subject's privileges. So yeah, so that's like so you would think I could put it in layman's terms, like let's say even with Discord. So like when someone may join a server and you get that onboarding questions. So depending on like how you answer, you'll see certain things that the server offers. You may not see everything, but you'll see you'll see an interface catered to you depending on how you answer. So that to me is probably like maybe the best way I could describe that. But yeah, it's so this. Yeah, if a user doesn't have the right to click a button, then the button is not shown or is grayed out. Um, this could both manage access and improve usability by hiding inaccessible functionality. All right, according to the OSI model, which layer is the session layer? That's
6.
nah, that's
Yeah.
5, bro.
Is it 5? Transport,
Session?
Five.
presentation, application. 5. Yeah, 5.
Wait, hold on.
It's 5.
5. Yeah, 5.
Because 6 is
6 is
App is
presentation.
app
presentation.
is
Four
7.
four is
6 is
transport. 2 is data link.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, session layer is the fifth layer. The one I remember is, please don't throw Saucer's pizza away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can't believe that stuck in my head. But that's what worked. All right. Which of the following is the international standard known as the Common Criteria from the International Standards Organization and that evaluates information technology product security?
Oh crap.
It's Charlie or Delta. I
I wouldn't
oh
know
my
this a
gosh.
little bit me.
I think it's Delta.
Think it's Delta.
ISO.
ISO
I
9000.
it's they're very close because like I think they kind of work off each other. Like one, I try to remember like one, or like they complement each other. Like they're not that far off, and they put them there just to mess you up.
I think they're distracting you. I think it's 15,408.
Really? I thought. So what am I thinking of? I could have sworn it was between 9,000 9001.
Might be mixing them up with something else. You can pick whatever one. I mean, we'll find out.
All right. I mean, I'll see. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right. So what the hell?
15.
What is 9,000? 9,000 covers the basic concept of quality management systems. 9,001 sets the requirement. See, yeah. So I was thinking along that, 'cause like I said, so both of them they do complement each other, but it's not for common criteria. So I was halfway there. Yeah, so ISO 15408, that's known as a common criteria for information technology security, and it has the on EAL levels 1 through 7. All right, what type of processing allows multiple instruction sets to run in a parallel under a single process?
That's a tricky one. It-
Was it multi-threading?
multiple instruction sets running in parallel under a single process. Uh, yeah, I
Yeah, I
think it would
think
be multi-core because it says single
Multi-core.
process, not multi-process.
Yeah, let's go with multi-core.
Yeah, because the last two words is single process, and that would almost be counter to multi-processing, right? Yeah, that's how I see it. I'll go with A.
uh I don't know. I'm I'm thinking it's multi-threaded.
Yeah, it's
Process
multi-thread.
allow multiple instruction sets to run in parallel under a single process.
Yeah,
Multi-core is
it's a single chip with multiple CPUs on it, like
I,
Apple's M series, where you have like 28 cores, but there's only one physical chip, or Intel series. I think it's D, multi-threading.
yeah, yeah. That's why I didn't agree with Alpha. I don't think it's multi-core. Yeah.
Thread.
Yeah, thread is an individual instruction set that must be worked on by the CPU. Threads can execute in parallel with other threads that are part of the same parent process. That's multi-threading. Uh, multi-core refers to a processor with multiple independent processing units or cores on a single chip, enabling simultaneous execution of tasks for improved performance efficiency and multitasking capabilities. It's a good question, though. All right, of the following, who is most likely responsible for ensuring due care and due diligence for a given data set?
The owner.
Data owner.
Yeah, yeah, everything falls on the owner, pretty much. Alex is a system admin for an online gaming company. His organization designed the server clusters to be highly redundant, meaning if they lose a few nodes, it will not impact their production environment. They are more concerned with each other's node, with each node's write speed than the redundant components of the node itself. Based on information with redundant array of independent disks, level will Alex most likely use sorry, what RAID level will Alex most likely use when deploying additional nodes?
Oh wow, it's a loaded question here.
So they said they're more concerned with the write speed than the redundant components of the node itself.
Let's see.
I think we rate zero.
Oh,
Cause RAID 0 is what, 2 disks?
Well, they all two disks, but one's redundancy and one's striping, where you can double the speed because you spread it over two disks.
zero is stripe and one is mirroring.
Right. So one gives you redundancy and zero gives you speed. But the three and four is rarely ever used. They use 1 0 and they use five. You rarely see three and four, so that's why I don't think it's three or four. But I would go with D, rate zero. If you're looking at speed as the primary
Yeah.
concern.
Yeah, I'll say C. Oh,
C.
D. Right.
Yeah, it's RAID 0. Yeah, so RAID 0 stripes data across multiple disks. This increases the chances of failure, but increases the write and read speed. I thought I thought when you go higher, I thought you use more discs. I thought like, or is that like 5 or 10? Like, don't they use like more like 4 discs or something like that?
Well, you got 5 and 6 where you have increased speed and increased redundancy, and how they spread the parity bit. But 3 and 4 is rarely ever used, so I would never like choose that.
Yeah.
It's usually RAID 0, 1, 5, 6, or 1, 0.
All right. Of the following, which is a data custodian least likely to do?
Classified data.
Yeah, that's the owner's job.
Classify.
Yeah, owner does that. All right. Which of the following is not in a typical vulnerability management workflow?
Would that be validation?
Well, you do want to validate, don't you?
Hold on. It's not a typical vulnerability management.
You want to
Nope.
remediate,
I think it's
you want to
Bravo.
detect, and you want to
Remediate.
validate.
Wait a minute. Vulnerability. Remediate.
Yeah.
You're not. You're. I don't think you're gonna fix it when you're doing a vulnerability. Like that's a separate.
I'll
Well,
go
is
with
that part of
remediation.
management? I'm thinking it's disclosure that you wouldn't want to. That's not part of the vulnerability
Oh
management.
yeah, C, disclose, because that's confidentiality. Just thought
Yeah,
about it. It's C.
you giving hackers information. You give them the surface threat, surface attacks.
Yeah, C is disclosure because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Typical vulnerability management workflow does not include a discrete disclosure step. Disclosure is typically related to whether a vulnerability is disclosed to the public and comes up in context such as reporting vulnerabilities to a vendor or a software provider. All right, which of these protocols operates within the transport layer of the OSI model?
Transport layer.
B,
Could it be transport? Yeah,
UDP.
yeah, because UDP TCP is under the transport.
There's wireless.
FTP application, secure shells application, ARP is layer 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, UDP is connectionless. It's a connectionless protocol, provides fast delivery of datagrams across the network at the transport layer. All right, which type of memory uses secondary storage in conjunction with random access memory to allow the central processing unit to use a larger address space for logical memory locations?
Um,
Secondary storage. Would it be virtual memory?
I, yeah, I think it is virtual
Is that the same as page files where you like use the hard disk to extend the memory? Like
because it's not because primary memory that's
your RAM.
yeah that you yeah so they're looking for what's the secondary storage to it.
I don't know.
Space.
I'm not
Yeah,
100% on this
yeah,
one. But you were right.
it's
virtual
virtual.
memory. Oh, because it's logical.
Yeah, virtual memory is used when physical random access memory is filled to capacity. So virtual memory combines both RAM and secondary storage like a hard drive together to create logical memory locations in Windows. Virtual memory is stored in the page file system, pagefile.sys file. In Linux systems, virtual memory is stored in the swap partition.
Yeah, I did say page files.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. All right. Access control addresses the relationship between subjects and objects of the following. Which is true about a subject?
Oh, the one is the action. I remember this one. How does it go? Once action, subject. Say.
I think isn't that alpha the active entity that interacts with passive objects?
I agree. I'm with A
I'll go A.
because object is what's being acted on.
Yeah. I always look at object as like the target in my
Mm-hmm.
mind. Like I don't know. If you're playing like a role player game, like the object is what you're trying to shoot at or something. It may be a weird roundabout way of thinking, but yeah,
That's a good
that's how
one.
that's how I think of it. Yeah, object is something that you're trying to get or attain, or the subject is like you, the person. Like you're the first person shooter. The object is like a tree or something. That's
Yeah.
how I
Like
yeah.
object will be the file. You're changing the permissions or something.
Right. Yeah. All right. When discussing cryptography, what best introduces diffusion?
Oh, diffusion.
Will it be exclusive or will it be? Hold on. Will it be trans? Oh
It's either
goodness.
transposition or
A
substitution.
substitution.
I think it's transposition. That means it shifts the position of the bits. Substitution is like the Caesar cipher where it's a one
Yeah.
for one swap to a key
Yeah.
or something.
So yeah, I'll go with A. Transposition. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, diffusion is introduced using transposition. Diffusion means that if a single change in the plaintext occurs, multiple ciphertext changes will also occur. Transposition is is the rearrangement of data literally to alter the order of the existing values rather than use substitution. So, for example, the value of the plaintext is hello. The ciphertext could be ELHLO. All the letters are still there. They're simply in the wrong order because they have been transposed. All right, which law or policy protects U.S. citizens by setting limits on the federal government's use of their personal information?
Um,
Alpha.
which
Let me
law?
Privacy Act, but I think the Patriot Act superseded that.
What?
Yeah. A. Privacy Act.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Patriot Act did supersede that.
I was trying to say they mention that here, but they don't. Okay. All right. What are the statement of standards for attestation engagements, 18, and international standards for assurance engagements, 3402, commonly used for?
Would that be B? Proper auditing requirements. Hold on.
I thought it was D. I could be wrong.
D. Yeah, third party, external and third party audits are coming. I knew it was auditing, but I just didn't know what part of auditing. I think it's D.
What? Well, why is it D?
I believe that is the SOC
Be-
1, SOC 2, Type 1, Type 2. If I'm really, really sure of that.
Well, that's the opposing part. I mean, it's in a similar vein, but
Yeah.
SSAE is used for audit purposes,
Yeah.
and that's the only answer that gives you an audit.
B give you audit, but it's still between the EU. But I think D is the better one because it deals with the third parties.
Well,
Well,
GDPR isn't really an audit
because I
though.
see
Yeah,
because
it got proper auditing requirements by EU entities.
when you're talking about the ISA, the international standards, and GDPR, that's
Yeah.
international. Um,
I'm sticking with D.
I'll pick it, but I don't feel great about it. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. So why is it D? So the statement on standards for attestation engagements 18 and ISA 3402 are SOC audits. Yeah. So SSA 18 is a national auditing system, while ISAE 3402 is a very similar system used internationally. So both are standards used by companies to audit other companies in their jurisdiction. Okay.
You know how I remember attestation is synonymous for audit because you verify
Mm,
something.
yeah.
That's how I remember it.
Okay. All right. Which of the following asset classes includes copyrights, trademarks, patents, and similar intellectual property.
Intangibles.
Yeah,
Intangibles.
yeah, that's what pretty much falls under intangible assets. And last one for tonight. A business incorporates a practice in which one employee conducts a weekly audit of all business transactions while another employee deposits the cash relating to these transactions at a local bank. This employee returns the deposit slip and stores it in a safe place for a supervisor to review later. What is the term given to this practice?
Separation of duties.
Yeah,
That two distinct
Yeah.
tasks.
Yeah.
yeah. Two or more people play separate roles in the completion of a critical process. All right, let's see how we did.
Damn,
97.
Oh, we missed one. I
man.
had a feeling. I was like, yeah, I don't think we missed much. Okay.
Doc, it's time to take your test, man.
Yo, it's time. And I took a practice test earlier today through LearnZ app. Got a 72. So,
On the learn.
first pass on that one. I still got to do my review on that, but yeah, I was feeling much better because honestly, I was going through it. I thought I failed it, but no, I passed. So, but still want to get hired and kind of leave more breathing room than 72. But
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good. Like it, it's starting to lock in a bit.
A lot of times the practice exams are harder than the actual exam.
Oh, I'm Jekyll and Hyde in this. I don't know why.
What's that?
I'm
Yeah,
Jekyll and Hyde. It's like one minute I know it, and the other minute I don't.
Well, that means
well,
you want to keep studying. It.
well, I mean, I guess what I would say to that is, I think that's why it's important to really diversify like your sources, like what you use to study, because if you get too comfortable with one source, you'll get this false sense of security, saying like, "Oh man, I feel pretty good," because sometimes a lot of times you may see repeats,
Yeah.
and it gives you that false confidence, and then maybe you take like another set, like another questions from a different question bank, and you probably do not as great. Um, I think the main thing is that you just really, like I said, whenever test you take, you're doing that review. I think that's really the main thing. I wouldn't get too discouraged about the scores. I think the main thing is that you're learning what the material is or what they're asking for, because that's what's going to really transfer. What's going to take you over when you do sit for the exam is that you have a understanding of the material. So it won't matter like which question bank you see. So
Mm.
all right, well we actually got through this pretty quickly. So
Yeah.
yeah, getting better. But yeah, good job tonight, and we'll be back at it in the Discord community for Security Plus, and yeah, appreciate y'all coming through. Appreciate if you're watching those on replay. And like I said, we'll catch you next week Monday for CISSP.
Nope.
All right, y'all. Y'all
All
take it
right.
easy.
All right.
Later.